Okay, we welcome Coach Stein, and he has a couple opening remarks for us.
Well, it's an honor to be here to talk to you all, to represent University of Kentucky, the Commonwealth, Big Blue Nation here in the SEC, which is really cool what we get to do as coaches, impact young people, and get to play football in 47 days, which I know we're all really excited about. So I'm excited to answer all y'all's questions.
We'll start on the aisle, second row.
Hi, Coach. AP Stedham from AP As We See It. Coach, what was the reason you brought in the transfer quarterback from Notre Dame? What are some of the skills he possessed that would fit your offense?
Well, I mean, one reason we brought him in is because when I got the job, I think there was one kid left on the roster, so I think we would all be a little screwed if we just had one quarterback. But, no, I mean, I think Kenny, when you turn on the tape, he's super accurate, he's mobile, he's competitive. He's got natural leadership abilities. He's poised. He's been trained, I believe, really well by the coaching staff at Notre Dame. And so was really excited to add him to our roster and to really to give him the reins to our offense.
Left side, second row, then pass it forward.
Leo Haggerty, Ampto Sports Draft Nation here in Tampa. Coach, what's the one or two players on each side of the ball that have to really have good seasons for Kentucky to be successful this year?
You know, I mean, I think it takes all of us. I really do. And I know that's cliche coach talk, but, man, this is the ultimate team sport. If all 11 aren't doing the job, then you got no chance. So I'm excited about the additions that we brought in. You know, it's a super, super competitive league. You play 9 games. You better be on your P's and Q's every single week. Better be able to handle adversity. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're about 20-something days or less out from fall camp, where we will continue to grow and improve as a team.
Front row on the left.
Chessa Boucher with NBC 33 in Baton Rouge. Coach, in the main room you talked about how your coaching staff, the coaches you brought in, you wanted these guys to trust them. You brought in Joe Sloan, former OC at LSU. What's your relationship like with Joe, and what have you seen from him so far?
It's great. I think we possess a lot of the same qualities. I mean, he's almost like a brother to me now, you know. But no, I'm very excited about Joe, about getting this opportunity at Kentucky. I think he's one of the elite quarterback coaches in the country. Develops them at a very high rate. You know, what he did with Nuss, what he did with Jaden at LSU was, you know, really, really impressive. We talked ball the last few seasons whenever we could. We get on a Zoom or see each other at a conference and just draw up stuff, you know, on a piece of paper about offensive football. So we share a lot of similarities in just how we think, how we approach the game. And I'm excited for Joe to get this opportunity.
Left side on the end.
John Eads, WAFB. Piggybacking off that a little bit, considering you're an offensive-minded coach, what is that sharing of responsibilities, if that makes sense, between you and Joe Sloan? Like, what will he be doing to contribute in terms of game planning and stuff like that?
Well, my goal now isn't to be the best play caller in the country and all that. It really isn't my job, and my goal is to be the best head coach in the country. So, you know, Joe's having the play calling ability on Saturdays. We'll build the game plan up together. But I have to be involved in all facets of our program. There's just too much going on to only worry about the offense. You know, I think the last guy to win a national championship calling plays was Jimbo in 2013 or whenever that was. So try to have a holistic approach to our program, trust my guys that I hired that are high IQ, high character people that know what it takes to win at this level, in this league specifically. I obviously will have my hand in the offense and making sure that it is running the way that I want it to, but there's also about freedom of thought. You know, the best staffs I've been on, it wasn't just me. You know, I think that's the misconception around college football. It's one person. It can't just be one person. It takes a village. It takes your coordinators, your passing game coordinators, your offensive line coach. Everybody in our organization has freedom of thought and has the ability to speak up and add to the pot of ideas. And it's ultimately my decision and Joe's decision of what we're actually going to call on Saturdays. So, but no, Joe's he's elite, and I'm glad he's a Wildcat.
Third row on the aisle.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and Bryan College Station. I want to ask about your other coordinator, Jay Bateman. Kind of, what did you see from him, and kind of what he did at Texas A&M that made you think he is the right fit to be the defense coordinator at Kentucky?
Well, I love how attacking he is on defense, and what they were able to do at A&M the past few years is very impressive. They had a great roster, but they had really good scheme as well. So Jay is the ultimate relationship person. Our players already will run through a brick wall for this man. He pours into these kids' lives and invests in them much more than just on the field. I think he's just got a great feel for calling it as well. And it was important for me to give him the tools necessary, and really the people necessary for him to go out there and be his very best. You know, we interviewed a lot of people for that job, but I felt like Jay embodied who I am as a coach. You know, he's got a great wife, great 2 kids. Like, he fit me in what I want to do at Kentucky. And so I gave him people around him that know him or have played for him or been in his system. And when he's had that, he's been one of the best in the country. So another guy that's very familiar with the league, you know, being at A&M, being at Florida. So that's beneficial, too, for me coming from the Big Ten.
Stay on the aisle in 4th row.
Travis Tyndall, ESPN Austin. Congratulations on the hire, Coach. And talk about your 7 years in the state of Texas, from UT to Lake Travis to UTSA, and everything that entailed to get you to where you're back home and where you want to be.
It was my first move away from home. You know, I'm born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, went to U of L. Honestly, like, if you're from Louisville, you kind of like go away and then you come right back to Louisville and live and raise a family. You never leave, you know. So I left, and it was even though I was going with Coach Strong and I knew a lot of people on the staff, it was my first big move away from home at 24 years old. Thankfully, my girlfriend at the time, now wife Darby, ended up joining me down there, but I had a great time, you know. Austin, Texas, in the prime of my life, is a pretty cool spot to live for sure. And got married while we were in Austin, got engaged at the Four Seasons downtown, proposed there, you know. So my son was born in San Antonio. He only lived there for about 6 weeks, but it was really cool living in Texas, really cool. You never know. You obviously, as a Kentucky kid, you hear about Texas and everything's bigger in Texas, and it definitely lived up to that, you know. The highways, the city life, the people, the high school football. So really cool place for me to spend a long time. Like you mentioned, 7 years there, but it all comes full circle. I met Jeff Traylor there, who got me out of high school back into college at UTSA, and we had a great run there together, and took me to Oregon with Dan Lanning, and then 3 years later, I'm back at UK where my dad played, my mom went, and dreamt about playing for. So it's a pretty full circle moment for me.
5th row on the right.
Hey, Coach. Bruce Marshall at WHBQ in Memphis. Quick question, recruiting-wise, aside from the portal. So I'm talking high school recruiting. Historically, Kentucky, Frank Hershey, when he was there and he won it, he got a lot of those guys elsewhere. Art Still and them were from New Jersey, and I think Coach Claiborne and Rich Brooks, they were outside of the footprint to get some guys. Are there enough, the targeted footprint for you high school recruiting, can you do it in Kentucky, or do you have to expand that reach a little bit further to bring the guys in from high school that you'd like?
I think the state of Kentucky currently is as good as I've ever seen with high school recruiting. The game's changed so much. There's better teams throughout the state. I don't know how many Division I players there are in this class, but, we got 4 or 5 of them committed to us right now from Kentucky. So, there's probably 15 kids in the state this year, and there's another crew next year. So I believe the state of Kentucky is definitely picking up in terms of high school talent and just players in general. But, we'll go anywhere for a player. If they're in Alaska or freaking Maine or whatever, they love UK and they're good enough to play in the SEC for us, we'll go get them. So, we obviously like to focus on the 6-hour radius around Lexington, Cincinnati, Nashville, Charlotte, Chicago, Indianapolis, Atlanta. Kind of start in these home bases and then spread out based on who really wants to come to Kentucky, which a lot of kids do. You know, I think we have a great brand. It's very powerful. Big Blue Nation's real. They love the offense and defense that we run, and they want to be a part of something really cool.
Second row in the aisle.
Coach, Jacob Worthing, KRUI. You touched on trusting the process in the main ballroom. Following that, what mental concept do you want your quarterbacks to be taught first before worrying about mechanics?
Yeah, I mean, offensive football it's interesting because you almost like teach the plays first and then teach the skills after, because in order to go out there and run a play, you actually have to know where to go. It's a funny little dynamic offensively. But yeah, I mean, the quarterbacks have to know the system. They have to know the scheme. They have to know the checks like we do as coaches. I mean, you're putting the entire program in this player's hands every single snap. So they have to be completely in tune with what we're trying to do offensively. And ultimately in a game, let's just call it, you have 70 plays. 10 of them are going to be advantage offense. 10 of them are going to be advantage defense. And then 50 of them are just going to be our call versus their call. So it's the quarterback's job to take this pot of 10 bad plays and put it into either equal play or advantage. So we're trying to eliminate negative plays at quarterback. And when they can really understand that check down is not a sign of weakness, understanding that, hey, we got a pass call, but I can check the inside zone and get us 5 yards and just continue to drive the ball down the field, that's when I think they've really achieved what we're looking for at that position. A lot of these kids mechanically are pretty good once you get them now. There's so many trainers out there now, and these kids are they're way more advanced than even when I was coming out of high school in 2007. So, but yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
On the aisle, fourth row.
Ethan Westerman with WholeHogSports.com. Just what would you consider a successful first year on the job?
I mean, the biggest thing that I want, Ethan, is growth. Each game, each practice, from fall camp 1 to fall camp 13 to mock game week to week 1 of the season to week 12. That, to me, will be successful if we continue to improve. The game's going to happen. We're going to play well. There's going to be moments of, man, that was not a good play, but how we respond and how we grow from that each week, to me, that's going to be the ultimate sign of success for this year.
We have time for one more question. We'll go here in the back.
Chessa Boucher with NBC 33 in Baton Rouge again. Yeah,
Aren't you right there?
I like to move around. I get
Okay.
bored.
All right.
So, obviously, first-year head coach, the 9-game SEC slate. Obviously, you don't have a choice, but your thoughts and takeaways on what, I guess, how to navigate that, especially with how tough this conference is.
Well, there's still going to be a kickoff time. They're going to put the ball down, and we're going to play the game. So, I mean, I don't control any of that. It's what you sign up for, you know. So it's not changing this year, and probably not going to change in the future. And I'm sure it's going to continue to go up. But I just worry what I can worry about. That's making sure my kids show up on time and come to the team meeting prepared with a notebook and pencil ready to go and take the field with urgency, taped and braced, and then go cut it loose.
Coach, thank you very much. Welcome and good luck this
Thanks. Go Cats.